The doctor has been replaced. Welcome back to AI Takeover, Jobs Lost, Jobs Born series. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and today we're confronting the collapse of one of the most trusted professions in human civilization, the doctor. For centuries, doctors have held near religious status. They were the final word, the saviors in white coats, the gatekeepers of life and death. To become a doctor was to achieve social reverence. But in the AI era, medicine is no longer sacred. It's scalable. And slowly, methodically, the machine has taken the stethoscope. Because in many ways, whether the industry wants to admit it or not, the doctor has already been replaced. Let's start with diagnostics, because that's where the machine first proved its edge. IBM's Watson for Oncology shocked the world when it diagnosed a rare form of leukemia faster than a panel of top human doctors. That wasn't a fluke. It was a warning shot. Watson analyzed millions of research papers and case histories, spotted a genomic marker the doctors missed, and delivered a treatment path in a fraction of the time. It didn't do it with intuition. It did it with data and precision that no human could match. Since then, diagnostic AI has exploded. Today, tools like Google's DeepMind can detect over 50 eye diseases with 94% accuracy. Stanford's ChecksNet can identify pneumonia in chest x-rays better than certified radiologists. And ADOC, Zebra Medical Vision, and dozens of others are being deployed in hospitals worldwide, not to assist doctors, but to outperform them. Radiology is already being reshaped. In over a dozen nations, including the UK, Israel, and South Korea, AI now handles the first round of medical image review. CT scans, MRIs, ultrasounds, all scanned by algorithms trained on millions of cases. In many facilities, the radiologist only steps in to confirm what the machine has already flagged. And if there's a disagreement? More and more often, it's the machine that gets the final say. Because the machine doesn't miss sleep, it doesn't miss tumors, and it doesn't get distracted after 40 patients. But this isn't just about scans. Let's talk surgery. The Da Vinci surgical system, developed by Intuitive Surgical, has already performed over 10 million procedures globally. It offers minimally invasive operations with smaller incisions, less blood loss, and faster recovery times. While a human surgeon still operates the console today, the long-term vision is autonomy. Surgical AI is learning from every cut, every suture, every successful bypass. In China's Shandong province, a robotic spinal surgery system achieved 100% precision across multiple procedures, with no human hand touching the body. In 2022, a team of Johns Hopkins researchers demonstrated an autonomous robot that successfully performed soft tissue surgery on a pig, without a human guiding it. The results were cleaner, faster, and more consistent than traditional methods. It's not just helping, it's replacing the hand that holds the scalpel. And what about drug discovery? Traditionally, developing a new pharmaceutical takes 10 to 15 years and costs over $2 billion. AI is blowing that timeline apart. In 2020, the UK-based company Exscientia, in collaboration with Sumitomo Dainippon Pharma, brought an AI-designed molecule into human clinical trials in under 12 months. Another company, In Silico Medicine, developed a fibrosis treatment candidate in 21 days, and DeepMind's AlphaFold solved one of biology's hardest problems, predicting 3D protein structures, with such accuracy that it's now powering drug research around the world. This means fewer labs, fewer trials, fewer human researchers, and faster, cheaper pipelines. If molecular biology was once a slow art, AI has turned it into a high-speed, low-cost, algorithmic industry. Now shift to patient interaction. You might assume human doctors are still necessary for empathy, for bedside manner, for the intangible warmth that comes from lived experience. But even that is changing. AI is being trained on voice tone, eye movement, heart rate, skin conductivity, and even breathing patterns to simulate compassion. Companies like Wisa, Wobot, and Replica have launched AI therapy bots that engage with users suffering from anxiety, depression, and trauma. These bots don't just respond with pre-programmed scripts. They adapt, mirror emotional states, and guide users through cognitive behavioral therapy frameworks with surprising fluency. Some users report greater comfort talking to bots than to human therapists. No judgment, no scheduling, no waiting room stigma. And then there's triage. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the adoption of remote care, and now AI chatbots are managing first-line intake across entire health systems. Babylon Health's AI can assess symptoms and recommend action within seconds. In India, rural villages are being served by solar-powered kiosks that use diagnostic AI to treat malaria, dengue, and TB. In Brazil, health authorities use AI to model vaccine distribution strategies in slums where resources are scarce. This is no longer just a convenience in developed nations. It's becoming the backbone of medical infrastructure globally. So what happens to the doctor? The answer isn't binary. Doctors don't disappear overnight. They're reassigned. From central figures to system integrators. From decision makers to oversight validators. From clinical experts to data interpreters. In many hospitals, doctors are now expected to work with the algorithm, consulting its suggestions, confirming its assessments, and applying judgment. But what happens when that judgment contradicts the AI? Who do administrators trust? Who do insurance companies favor? In some systems, we already know the answer, the one with better metrics, and that's the machine. The traditional medical hierarchy is dissolving. For decades, medicine functioned like a pyramid. At the top was the attending physician. Below, the residents, nurses, assistants. And at the bottom, the patient. But AI flattens that structure. It empowers the patient with data. It bypasses middle tiers. Nurses are now using decision support tools that sometimes outperform the doctors above them. In some clinics, an AI-powered tablet is the first and most accurate diagnostic step. In places like Estonia, patients access their entire medical history via blockchain-enabled apps, then run it through AI to flag anomalies before symptoms arise. Let's now shift focus. What jobs are being born? We're seeing the rise of AI care coordinators, hybrid roles blending bedside sensitivity with technical expertise. These workers translate between the output of the machine and the emotional needs of the human. We're seeing medical AI trainers, physicians who specialize in feeding large data sets into supervised learning environments to refine diagnoses. Ethics officers are being embedded in clinical teams to monitor bias in AI decision-making, especially as models trained on Western datasets begin to make calls in Eastern or African hospitals. We're even seeing the emergence of digital health designers, people who script the emotional tone of AI interfaces to make them sound more compassionate, less robotic. But let's be clear, these are niche roles. For every new AI-integrated job, dozens of traditional roles shrink or vanish. You don't need 50 diagnosticians if one model handles 90% of the caseload. You don't need every hospital to have its own R&D lab if drug design becomes centralized through synthetic biology engines. You don't need hundreds of primary care providers when telemedicine platforms can resolve most cases before a human ever enters the chat. And what about the cultural impact? For centuries, doctors were deified. They were among the most trusted people in society. But as patients turn to apps for answers, as hospitals choose AI for efficiency, and as data replaces intuition, that prestige is eroding. People don't say, "My doctor said." They say, "I Googled it, I checked the app," or "I asked ChatGPT." The white coat is no longer a shield. It's a symbol of an era that's ending. Let me leave you with this. The doctor isn't obsolete, but the definition of doctor is being rewritten faster than the profession can keep up. In the AI age, you're not just a healer. You're a node in a system, and the system doesn't revolve around you anymore. It revolves around the data. So next time you say, "I'm going to see the doctor," ask yourself, who's really doing the seeing? Because in this new world of medicine, the algorithm sees you first. And the doctor? The doctor is now the second opinion. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans. The merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.